Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ask a Death Doula. I'm thrilled to be with you today. As always, don't forget the level 1 family caregiver training is coming up really soon. And by the way, if you haven't heard, every time you show up live, when someone shows up live to that training, we're donating 10 meals to Feeding America in your name, in your honor. So show up. This is the free tools that each and every one of us is going to be called to use at some point. Knowing how to show up for someone at the end of life changes everything. This is what Doulagivers Institute started as. This is our main platform, and now it's in 15 languages. So learn the skills, come to the free level 1 training. It is healing grief. It is inspiring about life, and it's empowering you to know how to care for someone and show up, which is one of the most important things I think we'll ever be called to do. So the training is coming up. The live training is coming up soon. The link is below. Make sure to not only join, but share so we can get the skills and feed the world. Welcome to Ask a Death Doula. This is an amazing podcast today. I am coming to you from Boise, Idaho. And we just finished, I think I've been here 11 days now. So many events, book signings for the Good Death book, level 1 trainings, partnering with PBS, OSHA, doing the Being Mortal film screening, and then doing a panel discussion. So many amazing events, going into the hospitals and meeting oncology nurses and caseworkers and finding out, what do you need? Boy, we have a lot of work to be done, but it's okay. Because the minute that we get clear on what's needed, and now we can take action steps to an amazing, exciting time. But today in this podcast, I want to announce officially, I'm so thrilled to do this, and this is why I wanted it from Boise, the Green Ribbon of Love movement. The Green Ribbon of Love movement. And here's one example of a green ribbon pin. The Green Ribbon of Love movement. And let me tell you why this happened. First of all, grief. Grief in this space, if we're not talking about end of life and not having what we need to support people with choices and guides, like a roadmap of what we'd want or not want. We don't have the skills to care for our loved ones at the end of life, which 98% of the hands-on end of life care is done by family caregivers, even with hospice on. It's not going well. So I'll put that gently. I like to keep the energy really high here. But let's be really honest, for most of them, that's not going well. So what do you think happens after that person has their end of life? The grief and bereavement is traumatic. So that grief and bereavement with people we love that we're saying goodbye to in the physical form. But I also want to talk to you about a bigger issue with grief, our collective global grief of a world that many of us don't recognize anymore. There's a lot of grief and a lot of fear on many levels. So why, let me tell you, let me have a sip of my coffee, if I may, and tell you why this really came to a pinnacle of starting this Green Ribbon of Love movement. You know, I've been doing the end of life doula trainings for a long time. One of the things that surprised me in the best way possible is people who would come to that training and tell me, Suzanne, this 90-minute level 1 Doulagivers training, family caregiver training, healed my grief. And they're talking about grief that they've been hanging on to for 30 years, 40 years, parents who've said goodbye to children early in their young lives. I mean, things that are unimaginable. This training somehow, you know, it's just threaded with beauty and magic and the heart awareness. And they were able to understand end of life once again being a sacred part of the life's journey and not to be afraid. We also go over multiple times beautiful stories. At the bedside, I've been honored and privileged to be with over 1,000 people at the end of life. What they share, what they say about where they're going, what they know now with their spiritual wisdom. You would never be afraid if you knew the truth about it. Never, ever. And so having the ability for this training that you are technically coming to learn how to care for somebody at the end of life, that it heals your grief, that it inspires you about the bigger picture of this life, consciousness, going back to your spiritual soul self. As I sit bedside with people, as their physical body's diminishing, their spiritual body's growing. And it's at one point that they have one foot in this world, one foot in the next. They see people that have died already coming back to help cross them over. How beautiful is that? They see where they're going. They can make sense with their spiritual wisdom of all the things that happened in the human journey that are very, very complicated if we don't know how this life journey works. So you are having a human experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. This is the ultimate school of life. And it's hard. It can be really hard. But when you don't understand that these things are happening for you and helping you for your expansion of your evolution of your soul growth, and you're just in it from the human perspective of why is this happening to me, and being triggered and just, yeah, drowning in the attachment of all these fearful emotions and pain and shame and anger and all that comes with being part of human. Let's just say it. But when you can realize that these are opportunities, these are gifts, they don't look like they're wrapped in gifts. I get it. I've been there. We all have. And when you can finally look at it for the lesson or the gift and what it was trying to provide you for your growth, it changes everything. And by the way, forgiveness is the tool. Forgiveness is the tool to shift that energetic attachment meaning to something, an experience in your life. So let me talk to you about this green ribbon of love movement. So people are grieving the traumatic grief over and over and over again. It just happened to me. And again, I'm always paying attention to the signs. And so 3 things happened within about a 2-week period. One person, both her parents died within a year of each other, and she turned to alcohol to try and dull her feelings and ended up getting multiple DUIs. This is, a well-educated, respected woman in her community, business owner, and couldn't process or didn't have the support, or maybe all of it, to process the loss, the changing of form, because that's what I call it, changing of form of her 2 parents that she was very close to within a year's time, and turned to alcohol. She got multiple DUIs and is now in jail. And not a country club jail, hardcore jail. Because of the grief that is not being dealt with and unprocessed, and because of the whole through line that we don't have. So that was one incident. Another incident was brought to my attention about a gentleman whose mother died. And it just really is so upsetting when I share these stories with you, because they don't need to be. This should not be. And could not deal with a lot of the emotions, alcohol again, and took his life, ended his life. A third person, one of our doula givers, and this is really what birthed the green ribbon of love movement and the movement at this moment. Beautiful woman named Grace, driving in her car, head-on collision. She's healing. So please pray for her and send all love to her. Very bad concussion and whiplash and those things. So head-on collision, this woman with her car rammed right into her. The police officer told Grace that this woman blew a very high alcohol blood test, breathalyzer, and blood test, and was grieving the death of her husband. So she's turned to alcohol. This cannot be. This should not be. And do you know what Grace's first instinct was when this officer told her this? She thought, maybe I can help this woman. Can you imagine being hit head on, not really knowing what your wounds are, damages, all of that, hearing about the person who hit you, being in traumatic grief, and because you have this education, because you are a certified doula giver, because you are just an amazing human being, your first instinct was to say to yourself, maybe I can help her. So our team was on a meeting talking about Grace and what was happening. And I said to them, you know, it used to be in the past that there was an indication when someone had the loss or the passing of somebody they loved who died. They hung something on their front door so that people could send love to them and be gentle with them, or they wore a symbol on them. And so Karen Midlo, one of our team members in Boise, Idaho, said, why don't we do a green ribbon? And I was like, yes, let's do it. So coming out to Boise, Idaho, we had all these events planned, and we were like, we're launching the Green Ribbon of Love. And so I'm going to tell you about it and how you can participate in it. And it really comes down to this, everyone. Every single day, you have a choice. And the choice is this. Are you showing up in love today? Presence, compassion, non-judgment? Or are you showing up in fear, in anger, in separateness? Because I'll tell you right now, we're giving away our power in the sense that if you're going to wait for a law to be passed, or you're going to wait for a certain person to be elected to see things change, we're giving away our power, because every day you have the opportunity to show up in love and compassion, in service. That's what truly changes the world. And that's what this movement is going to symbolize, that we are all hurting, probably on multiple levels. And it's time to say, I'm showing up with compassion and love. I send you love. I'm holding space of love. So I am going to go into the birth, and I love saying that, the birth of the Green Ribbon of Love movement that launched in Boise, Idaho, October 2025. It's a global initiative for individuals to choose love, to honor loss, and to heal together. How beautiful does that sound? So Doulagivers Institute, a global leader in compassionate care education. Today, we announced the launch of the Green Ribbon of Love movement, an international campaign designed to unite people through compassion, presence, and shared humanity during a time of widespread grief and change. The idea for the movement was born in Boise, Idaho, and launched in Boise, Idaho. So thank you, Boise. It was during, again, a meeting with myself, the founder of Doulagivers Institute and the author of the international best-selling book, The Good Death, which really could be called The Good Life, and local end-of-life educators, and founder of Boise, Doulagivers Boise and Doulagivers Pacific Northwest, Christine Soza. Again, she is now the official director of Doulagivers Boise and Doulagivers Pacific Northwest, and Karen Midlo. She is a Doulagiver, certified Doulagiver, and a community educator with Ancora Health. As I shared this story of what was happening, we talked about, again, beautiful grace. We talked about the depth of collective grief that so many are silently carrying with them. And again, we talked about in the past that there was a symbol. You're hurting. I can be gentle with you. I can send you love. I can see you. And then Karen suggested, what about the green ribbon? And together, the group, we envisioned this movement rooted in love, rooted in empathy and compassion, and rooted in healing. This is one example of a green ribbon pin. You can do a sticker. You can put a a piece of ribbon. We'll show you how to do all of it. And thus the Green Ribbon of Love movement was born, an international movement to choose love over fear. Team humanity. This is how we make the change. So we officially debuted this in Boise, Idaho. And again, Doulagivers Institute will lead this initiative all over the world in global unity. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And the initiative calls for individuals. So this is where you can take part in this, around the world, to wear a green ribbon as a visible symbol of love, remembrance, and solidarity with those experiencing loss. We are in this together. It is time to be together. We are living in a time of profound global grief, from personal losses to collective challenges that have reshaped our world. The Green Ribbon of Love movement invites us to respond not with fear or division, but with love, with connection, and compassion. It reminds us that even in pain, we can choose to see and support one another, and that changes the world. So the Green Ribbon is a visible expression of compassion. We said historically, communities, we've lost it. We've lost all the sacredness of end of life. How's that working for us? Not very well. Historically, communities marked mourning with visible symbols and signaled the need for gentleness and support. The Green Ribbon of Love movement revives this tradition in a modern, inclusive way. So we chose green. Green was chosen as the color of the movement because it represents renewal, healing, the tree of life. We love that. And it's associated with the heart chakra, green energy, the energetic center of empathy and emotional connection. By wearing the ribbon, participants express a simple but profound message. I see you, I feel you, and I choose love. So this is what I want you to know about this movement. Wear the green ribbon if you are grieving a loved one who has died. Wear the green ribbon if you are grieving a world that you do not recognize anymore. I think we can all say yes to that. And wear the ribbon if you are choosing to show up in love instead of fear. The global launch of the Green Ribbon of Love movement, again, officially in Boise, Idaho, October 2025. We did just a week long of events. We touched the hearts of so many partnerships, community events, going to hospitals, senior living facilities, partnering with PBS, partnering with OSHA. I mean, it has been amazing. So how do you join the movement? This is how you participate. Create or wear a green ribbon, a small strip of green fabric with a safety pin or meaningful green item. We're going to be handing out pins wherever you find me. Believe me, these are going to be everywhere, but you can easily make yourself a green ribbon or get something on the internet as well. Wear it daily as a sign of compassion and shared humanity. Share photos or stories on social media using the hashtag Green Ribbon of Love, Choose Love, Team Humanity, hashtag Doulagivers, and again, tag at Doulagivers on Facebook with a selfie of you wearing your green ribbon so we can repost it and build a tapestry of hope in honor of Jane Goodall, the amazing Jane Goodall. What a wonderful, wonderful being. She says, every day you matter. Every day how you show up, you can make a difference. Every day is a choice, and we agree. So carrying on her legacy and building a tapestry of hope with the green ribbon. Take a picture, post it, tag me on social. We'll repost it. And we're going to put a whole collective wall together of all of us from all over the world with our green ribbons of love. Connect with local and online events such as Doulagivers Life Cafe, and I'm announcing it here. Life Cafe has been such an amazing experience. Now, I started Life Cafes in 2020, the minute that the pandemic shut everything down. I did 3 of them a week, 3 live events a week that people can come to and meet in global community, presence, compassion, love. We do it once a month now. Guess what? Starting January 2026, once a week. So there is an ongoing online global community choosing love. And there's also local chapters that you can be part of. You can form your own life cafe, choosing life, choosing love. We've been doing this for a long time. It is going to be back once a week, and we are going to build this into an amazing movement. Pass it forward by offering a ribbon to someone else. Share with them. Why are you wearing the ribbon? Share ribbons. Get ribbons that you can, they're so inexpensive. Get ribbons that you can carry with you in your pocketbook, in your pocket, and share with other people. Share with someone else who's grieving or in need of hope and love. So here we are. The Green Ribbon of Love movement is a global initiative founded by myself, Suzanne O'Brien, and Doulagivers Institute. Its mission is to inspire compassion in action, inviting individuals and communities to recognize grief, to practice presence, true presence, because that's your best medicine, and build connection through the simple symbol of a green ribbon. How exciting is that, everyone? I just want to say that my love for you, my love for this community, people, there are so many more people that are so wonderful and good in this world than not. We don't hear about that. We're in this journey together, and end of life is the greatest teacher about that. Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, how much money you have, how many degrees you have. At the end of life, all that matters is, did you show up? What did you learn? Did you receive love? Did you give love? Did you contribute? And this is really what I believe wholeheartedly. The reason we're here is to hold the frequency of love for ourselves and for the universe, for each other. That is just a choice. And I will tell you that you are one choice away from shifting your vibrational energy and changing your life. Because if you want to change your life, when you change the frequency in which you live, when you change the way, the lens in which you look at this life through, everything changes. It's either love or it's fear. What is your choice? It's time to choose love. I love you so much. Green Ribbon of Love movement. Let's do it. Tag me. I am going to answer each of you myself. You tag me on social. You send your pictures into support@doulagivers.com or have any questions. I am going to be answering these myself and making that tapestry of love. Be a part of it. Go out in your communities, share it. Go to your local nursing home, go to your hospitals, go to your churches, share this concept and bring a bunch of green ribbons so we can have this world showing up in love. It's time. It's way past time, but it's here. So I love you so very much. And I want to thank you for being part of this podcast. All right, everyone. And if you haven't already, please take the free Doulagivers Level 1 training that will heal your heart and change your life, and share it with others. And remember that every time someone shows up live to the training, we're donating 10 meals in their name. Last time, it was over 40,000 meals. I can't even believe I'm saying that. 40,000 meals donated. Let's keep going. Thank you so much for being part of this podcast. My name is Suzanne O'Brien. This is Ask a Death Doula. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.